Hello. Welcome to F122 predictions for Aero League Racing. Today with myself, Erminator, joined by Bouma, Matt, Reaper, and Rossi. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi for a second time.
Hello. Because this is going to take a long time, let's start straight away. The first are the intro questions, and the first question is, who is going to be the Drivers' Champion? We have Hamilton from Reaper, we have Leclerc from Bouma, we have Hamilton from Matt, from myself, and from the audience. The pie chart is on the right-hand side. Bouma, you went for Leclerc. You are not trendy. Tell me why.
Yeah. Well, first, I'm surprised that Leclerc has more votes than Verstappen. But anyway, I think Ferrari really nailed the regulations. Could focus on it much earlier last season. Weren't in the title fight, and I think the Leclerc is gonna prove a lot of people wrong. After last year, he just lost out on points compared to Sainz. But yeah, I think he got a lot of bad luck and will prove all his haters wrong.
Okay, but just you need to hope there's no rainy races, because if the swimming pool on the sidepods of the Ferrari gets filled up, they're not going to be fast. The second question is, who's going to be the Constructors Champion? And here we have Mercedes from Reaper, Mercedes from Bouma, Mercedes from Matt, Mercedes from myself, and Mercedes from the audience. So it's here all out Mercedes, and they have 2/3 of the vote. Does anyone want to say something about them? Why do we think they're gonna completely destroy 9 years in a row? No comments?
I'm more surprised that you didn't say Alpine or something.
No, I have faith in Mercedes. I have faith in Mercedes.
I have faith in Mercedes as well. I'm surprised McLaren didn't get more votes, to be honest, because they've been picking up quite well recently. But yeah, Merc, they're just the team to beat. They're just, apart from not giving their driver the championship last season, which is unfortunate, they've been up there 8 years.
Okay, yeah.
Ferrari's going to finish second.
Yeah.
I think that as well. Okay, so let's go to the third question. The team in 10th place, we have Williams from Reaper, Haas from Bouma, Haas from Matt, AlphaTauri from myself, and Haas from the audience. Do you want to comment from me about the AlphaTauri?
Explain.
Yeah, explain, please.
I went back to 2018, and that was the last year the AlphaTauri was like really bad, and that's 1 year after the regulation change in 2017. They were also bad, and I don't think they have the resource and the knowledge to build a good car, because everything that's good is gonna land on the Red Bull, and everything that's trash is gonna land on their car. Yeah, that's my opinion. Reaper, what do you think about the Williams?
I mean, yeah, okay, they kind of picked things up towards the end of the last era, but they're renowned for designing bad cars. So it's just, I don't know, House I can only see be an improvement. But yeah, I reckon Williams are going to fall back down the order again and just not know what to do.
I think the difference between Williams and Haas is literally going to be between Mick Schumacher and Latifi. Personally,
I agree.
Okay, fair enough. The driver in 20th place will be Mazepin from Reaper, Zhou from Bouma, Mazepin from Matt, Tsunoda from myself, and Mazepin from the drivers. Again, Tsunoda because of AlphaTauri for myself. Yeah, and the other ones are, I think, pretty straightforward. Although I am surprised that no one has faith in Alfa Romeo. That's
not that little faith. Oh yeah, I have little faith, but I think Zhou won't be last, but there will be like a reserve driver coming in, so there will be 21 drivers.
Oh, that's a bold prediction. You get 5 extra points if that happens.
I like that.
Okay, which team starting with A will finish the highest? And this is where Alfa Romeo really comes in, because AlphaTauri from Reaper, Alpine from Bouma, Alpine from Matt, Alpine from myself, and Alpine from the audience. And now on the pie chart, there is no Alfa Romeo. No one chose the Alfa Romeo.
It kind of just goes really down there.
And explain
I'm
your...
going to be surprised, depending if the rumours are true, if Alpine's going for more performance than reliability. If that is true, then Alpine might struggle come the end of the season.
And Reaper, explain your AlphaTauri. You're the complete different to me because I said
I
they're gonna
know.
be bad.
I'm complete opposite on the other way around. But yeah, no, it's. I reckon, obviously, working like with Red Bull and stuff like that, obviously being their sister team, they're going to end up better, and having Gasly as well, that's really going to help them.
And I think what could happen is AlphaTauri are better than Red Bull, and then they switch Max to Red Bull, to AlphaTauri. That would be the best thing happening to F1 in ages. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Yeah?
Yeah, let Fiat come back then too and put him in the Red Bull.
Okay, and the most driver of the days, I think this is pretty clear. We have Russell from Reaper, Alonso from Bouma, Verstappen from the other crew here. We have 46% for Verstappen on the pie chart and 41% for all the other guys. And all the other guys are like 5% for each one. Russell is the only one above 10%, alongside Verstappen. Why would Alonso win the driver of the day, Boomer?
And plan. I don't need to say anything more. I hope. I hope the Alpine is a good car, and that's what I also said in the last question. So, yeah, I hope he brings the passion and the fire back. And of course, driver of the day is kind of connected to how many overtakes someone makes or where he comes from on the grid. But I hope people are just mesmerized by the fact that he will fight on hopefully a regular basis for podiums.
Okay.
Me personally, I think it'll be Vettel or Carlos Sainz.
The Max exists. He's been dominating this category for like 10 years. I don't see any other driver winning that award. Over a season, it's gonna be Max. And the last question for the intro, who will get the overtake award? We have Gasly from Reaper, Vettel from Bouma, Alonso from Matt, Albon from myself, and Alonso from the drivers. Yeah, it's a pretty even split, I would say, between Vettel and Alonso. And then Ricciardo also pops in for the drivers.
I really put Gasly.
Gasly had like 6%, I believe. But I didn't want to put him in. Yeah, I put Albon because I think Williams are going to have a midfield car, lower midfield. And then I just remember his China drive from 2019, and I'm like, he can overtake. And yeah, that's my thinking behind it. Yeah.
Yeah, same, but then for Vettel for me.
Yeah. Championship positions. I summed this up really quickly here. Take a look at it. So it's basically first after Bahrain, second after Jeddah, third after Australia, and so on. First after Bahrain, everyone has Hamilton apart from Bouma. Why is that, Bouma?
Oh yeah, I think Verstappen will go on to extend his streak of winning, at least in the first race of the season. But I think the Red Bull will fade away a little bit, and yeah, that's also why I put Verstappen as second after Jeddah.
Well,
I think he will just have a very good start, and after that it goes down a little bit. It was not really representative.
Verstappen did not win the opening race last season, and
No, and that's why I think he does now.
okay. And Reaper, why do you have Verstappen in third in Australia?
Just because I don't think he's going to be able to come back in after last season and win the title. So he's going to be top 3, top 4, but he's not going to be. I don't reckon he'll have that top position.
Okay, and explain the Perez 8th after Baku. Do you think he's going to be that bad?
I've never rated him.
Okay, fair enough.
If I'm honest, as a driver, he's stupidly erratic a lot of the time. However, in Abu Dhabi, he did do his team proud. Probably the only time he ever has, in my opinion.
Okay. Any other questions from you guys or comments? I don't hear anything.
No.
Wait.
Okay.
Verstappen 6th after Spain. Why?
For me, the power ranking is going to be Merc, Ferrari, Alpine, and then Red Bull in 4th as a car power. That's why.
Honestly, I can't remember where I heard it. It might have been one of the Ferrari drivers that said that the cars act a lot like go-karts, like more like go-karts than what they used to feel like. So if that's the case, I think Norris is actually going to have quite a strong year if the McLaren's decent enough.
Russell too, then.
So we're going to have go-karts that are 700 kilos
exactly
heavier than go-karts. Amazing.
That's going to be fun to watch.
I think it was Sainz that said that. I can't remember. I think it was one of the Ferrari drivers anyway.
Wasn't Verstappen the driver that didn't have a Formula career but only a karting career, and he won like 15 champions? I don't want to think about that. Okay, now wins, podiums, and poles. Here we have the GP style points, so 25, 18, 15, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, and 1. The first question was number of different winners. And we have 7 from Reaper, 8 from Bouma, 6 from Matt, 7 from myself, and 7 from the audience. This is the chart on the right-hand side. Bouma, you went for 8. That's you're one of 3 that went for 8 in the league. So
I think both Mercs, both Red Bulls, both Ferraris. I hope Norris gets one, and then I think there is a surprise winner. I really hope, and I think,
Okay. And Matt, do you think this is going to be more of a boring season with 6?
Actually, I thought it was going to be 5, but I put 6 just to be nice. It's going to be both Mercs, both Red Bulls, and then 2 other winners.
Okay. Well, this is not a complex question, but here we have who will have the most podiums. We have Hamilton, Vettel, Hamilton, and Hamilton. Bouma, explain yourself.
I don't really understood this question well or fielded it correctly.
Explain yourself.
I don't know anymore.
Bouma clearly thought the question was who's going to have the most wins.
Yeah. Oh wait, most podiums in no, that's also not possible. Most podiums in general in their whole career, but that's also not possible.
No.
I think my answer should be Verstappen in this case.
Okay.
Because I think he will grab a lot of third places, like some years ago, but then with different winners.
Okay, it's a close fight between Mercedes and Red Bull, and I am surprised that people believe Red Bull will be so strong. I don't think they will be.
I don't. They concentrated too much on the car for last season, and unlike some others that actually put more effort into the newer cars.
Yeah, and
we haven't seen the Red Bull car yet, though.
No.
Yeah,
well,
and
to be fair,
yeah, go on.
To be fair, they don't concentrate on their own car; they're worried about what everybody else is doing.
Well, that's true.
and they need a stable rear wing. That's the only thing they need. Because if they want to promote giving us wings, they need to.
But then again,
Have they-
don't forget that there is a budget cap as well. So, like, the likes of the midfield teams could easily just claw back no problem during the season.
That is true.
Yeah.
Okay, and now who will be the lowest driver in the standings with a podium? Then we have Alonso from Reaper, Stroll from Bouma, Vettel from Matt, Albon from myself, and Stroll from the audience. So let's everyone give a comment here. Let's start from Reaper.
I like Alonso. I love Alonso. He's a great driver, but I just don't think Alpine can give him the car that he wants this season.
Okay. But you still think he's gonna get a podium?
Yeah, I mean, looking at last season, he managed to get a podium. The car that shouldn't really have given them one.
Okay.
So yeah, I reckon he'll get one.
Okay. Booma, you were a populist going with the audience. Stroll.
Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, I think we had a year of not really seeing something exceptional for Stroll, and most of the times he does with a random rain quali or a random pole position, or and I think we didn't have that last year, so big chance that at some day he will be there and grab the podium, but I think he will be outscored by Vettel and Aston Martin won't be top of the midfield. So
Okay. Matt, what about your Sebastian?
I don't think the Aston Martin's going to be as strong as it has been like the last 2 or 3 seasons. So take a step back, but Vettel has the experience to end up on a podium at some point.
Yeah. I can remember, for example, Baku last season. He can just profit from happenings. I have Albon and the Williams. I also think it's going to be a surprise race, and what a nice fairy tale that would be, getting a podium in the Williams, but in the Red Bull only getting a podium because Perez retired on lap 57 or 58 in Bahrain. That would be so nice. And the audience have
surprised
Stroll.
by the fact that Schumacher has been voted by some people.
Yeah, he has 8%. I was also surprised. Okay, and who will be the closest driver to an average grid position of 10th? Then we have Gasly from Reaper, Ocon from Boomer, Gasly from Matt as well, Vettel from myself, and Vettel from the audience. Okay. Boomer, Alpine is rumored to be quick.
Yeah, but I don't think Ocon will show it in quali. I can't really recall him a quali beast, and I think that on average he will be kind of lower compared to other drivers that he can possibly compete with in the race, because the Alpine is hopefully a good car, but for quali he will be somewhere in those regions, I think.
Okay, I think Gasly and Vettel are pretty reasonable. Rumored to be in the midfield car, rumored to be good in quali, should be 10th. Okay. And who will be the driver with most points without a podium? Then we have Sainz from Reaper, Bottas from Boomer, Sainz from Matt, Ocon from myself, and Gasly from the audience. I need to know what the science behind the science is.
I mean, I like Sainz. He's a good racer, but I think that Ferrari are going to favour Leclerc over Sainz. So
But
basically
not getting a single podium over 23 races.
No.
Okay, Matt?
Yeah, same reasoning.
Okay.
Leclerc will do better than him, and there's only one spot on the podium besides the 2 Mercedes. So
Okay, and Boomer, you think Alfa Romeo will be... You didn't vote for Alfa Romeo finishing the highest
I know, but
of the 8 teams, but you voted for Bottas having the most points without a podium.
yeah, because Zhou will be 20th, so I think he will score 1 or 2 points, and Bottas will buy his experience, which he I hope he can really show off in the Alfa Romeo. Be a little bit more like Kimi when he recently joined. When he joined Alfa Romeo, so some 2-3 years ago. Yeah, and I think a lot of people will get a podium, to be honest. So Bottas will be like the first one who score regularly but doesn't make it.
Okay, just a quick note to this. Mazepin had 9% here, but I didn't want to bring the league into disrepute, so I left him out.
I think you guys are sleeping on Daniel Ricciardo. I
What?
think he's probably going to be the highest without a podium.
That could be the case, but I think McLaren on their day they can do strategy.
Mhm.
That's not let's not mention Russia, but they can do it.
Still think Norris will get a podium. Don't think Daniel will.
Yeah.
Okay. But Daniel, he's still a fast racer. He just didn't get to grips with the last car. We need to wait, I think, to see. And now, how many wins from grid position lower than 4th? 5, says Reaper. 7, says Boomer. 7, says Matt. I say 3. And the audience also says 3. The audience says 2, 3, and 4, but I took the average of 2, 3, and 4, and that's 3. Yeah.
Matt and me are the only ones.
Yeah.
7, Boomer.
Mm.
And Matt. Explain.
Yeah, it's kind of a lot, but I just maybe this is more hoping. I don't know how it is for you, Matt.
I don't know. You could have like rain quali that will screw up some stuff, and penalties from qualifying that will drop people below 4th. So, yeah.
I think we had only 11 rain-affected races in the whole turbo hybrid era.
Yeah, but that's over. Or not
It's a
really
new
over,
era.
but-
It's new weather.
No, it's still a turbo hybrid. We have the same engines. It's only the Aero.
The thing is, this is one thing I don't get. With the new ground effect rules, I want to see how that car's handle in the wet with ground effect.
I also want that, yeah. Okay. And how many times will we hear the anthem of the host country as the podium celebration anthem for the winner? So, the one that is on the top of the podium has 2 anthems. So, one of his team and one of his country. And we have 3 from Reaper, 3 from Boomer, 4 from Matt, 3 from me, and 4 from the audience. I blended one result out because someone said 23.
He didn't understand the question, I think. I think he thought that the question was how many times we will hear an anthem of a country.
Oh, wow.
I don't think we need to say anything here. I just find it amazing how this graph is nicely formed. It's like growing until 4, and then it's just dropping off steeply.
And someone really said 8, and I think he understands the question, but still said 8.
Yeah. Okay. Now we go to the teammate battles. 5 wins when correct, or the GP style. We need to decide that based on the question. Times Russell outqualifies Hamilton. Reaper says 3. Boomer says 8.
Mhm.
Matt says 4. I say 5, and the average is 6. Boomer.
Oh, look at that! I'm not even extreme.
Yeah, I know.
He's the only one.
I think Belgium, Belgium last year showed a lot because you could really pull the cars equal in those circumstances.
So you're still counting on 8 rain races.
Yeah, 8.
Yeah.
Well, they don't all need to be rain qualies because in like a rain quali last year, Russell had a 1 in a million chance, and that 1 in a million chance that came in Belgium. But now in equal cars, I have a feeling that because we have 23 races this season, that maybe thinking in hindsight 8 is a little bit too high. I get the peak for 6, but I have good faith in Russell adapting well to the car.
I'll go 22.
No comment. I think I'm gonna cut this out of the video just for the sake of people's minds. Okay. Amount of team orders for Perez to benefit Verstappen. Before we go on, RDO said 700 thousand. And I just put that to 23. I don't know how you tricked the system. I purposefully put a maximum number that you can put on every question. I don't know how this one missed out on that. 22 from Reaper, 12 from Boomer, 23 from Matt. So you said every race, so I put 1 per race. 13 from myself and 3 from the audience.
Audience.
Yeah, don't forget half the league's Dutch and they think he's a good driver.
Well, yeah, there
I
is
was
that.
also Dutch.
Okay.
But I mean, how they could say only 3, I don't get.
Well, 2 and 4 average 3. I didn't go for the median average. I went for the one with most responses.
It
Nobody
depends
said
how
0?
people. I mean, it depends how people take team orders. If it's team orders like, oh, let Max through, then fair enough. But if it's other team orders like what they did in Abu Dhabi, it's like, well, kind of expected. You're hindering other drivers to benefit him. It's not like
Oh no,
straight up.
Yeah, no, Abu Dhabi I wouldn't class as team orders.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. But like,
it's just
if it's
racing.
straight up Perez, let Max through, or don't set quickest lap, or something like that, then fair enough.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
if you're counting stuff like what happened in Abu Dhabi, then the number would obviously be higher.
Okay. And the next question: most points finishes, Norris or Ricciardo?
That's easy.
Reaper says Norris. Boomer says Ricciardo. Matt says Norris. I say Norris. The audience says Norris by 87%.
Boomer, please explain Ricciardo.
Well,
Oh, yeah,
he's a good racer,
He
but
won a race last season.
It's just that I think Norris will score more points than Ricciardo, but Ricciardo will finish more often in the points at P9, 10, 8, and Norris will be much higher up, but less often.
press X to doubt.
Yeah.
Well, okay, we heard the explanation.
Yeah, sounds logic, right? Or not?
No, that's a logic that only works if something happens, you know.
Mechanical retirement for Norris, I predict.
Okay, interesting. Gap in positions in the championship between Alonso and Ocon. I did not animate this, but doesn't matter.
20?
Yes. 5 from Reaper, 4 from yourself, Boomer, 6 from Matt, 6 from myself, and 3 from the audience. 20. Someone put 25. I think they read gap in points, not in positions.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is why.
But 6, why do you think so much?
I think Ocon is not gonna be as quick as Alonso.
Hey, Ocon's got that pink back, baby.
Okay. Well,
He's like, on that note,
nothing more to add here, I think. Only sessions with rain are counted. Vettel or Stroll? Vettel, Stroll from Boomer. Vettel, and Vettel. I have a feeling Boomer just is against the majority, you know.
I'm still trying to understand Boomer's love of Stroll.
Yeah,
not my love. Only my love for Stroll when it's a rain-soaked session. He proved it multiple times.
2 times?
And Vettel proves the
feels
spin.
like multiple times. No, at least 3, right? Oh wait.
Turkey last season
Italy?
and Italy 2017.
Yeah.
That's 2.
And surely something else.
Surely.
But it didn't really stick out. But yeah.
So 2.
I think you were thinking of Bahrain, not rain.
Okay, on that note, driver to gain more positions in the last 5 laps of a race, Gasly or Tsunoda. Gasly from Reaper, Gasly from Boomer, Gasly from Matt, Gasly from myself, and Gasly from the audience. We are all having the same opinion
How
here.
did they get 25% on Tsunoda?
That's a lot.
Well, you know,
I would also say Tsunoda.
you're supposed to represent the audience.
No, but
Yeah.
You know what the thinking? I understand the thinking. Tsunoda's gonna crash into Vettel on lap 2, gonna drop down 3 laps, and then he needs to fight his way up, and then he's gonna overtake eventually the slowest cars, and you know that's the logic.
the thing
Oh.
with Gasly though, there is so much. If say the cars are basically the same as last year, there's so much races where Gasly is in a world of his own. He's like 20 seconds behind the top 4, and then he's like 12 seconds in front of the guys behind them. At least I know that is hanging around people.
Mm.
Good explanation. But
You
you
also
can
have to be running the last 5 laps too.
Yeah.
Well,
and
Yeah, that was more what I
and
was
you can
thinking.
have negative gains. You know.
Yeah.
if you're at the back, you can only go forward.
That's also true. Most often in Q3, Latifi or Albon. We have Albon, Latifi from Bouma. Explain
Come on,
that.
what?
Albon, and Albon. Explain that, Bouma.
Non-applicable.
I think Latifi is great, and we will see it now since Russell, the super talent, is gone there. I don't think it will differ much though. Only one time more often in Q3, but
The
How do
average
you
gap.
think Latifi is better than Albon? Sorry.
yeah.
I'll
What,
just say not applicable. None of them will get a Q3.
Yeah, that's also an answer.
Yeah, correct. Latifi was 4/10 off Russell. I don't
Yeah, that's
think.
not a lot maybe. And Albon has, well, what a year on the sidelines, so.
So did Alonso, and yeah, he turned
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's different class category. Sorry.
Driver's a driver, you know.
And so Albon was still in simulators and everything else.
And in DTM.
Yeah, but the Red Bull simulators. Oh yeah, DTM. Yeah.
And the next question is first to score points: Schumacher or Mazepin, or no one. We have Schumacher from Reaper, Mazepin from Bouma, Schumacher from Matt, Schumacher from myself, and Schumacher from the audience. The striking thing here is that no one option has more percentage than Mazepin does. Bouma, for the love of God. What?
Yeah.
What?
For the love that's sane.
Yeah, please.
No, yeah, I think some crazy race will happen, and Mazepin is more likely that if he doesn't spin, that he will go for a gap where Schumacher doesn't go for when it's needed.
Okay, who did you say is going to be the average 10th driver?
Ocon?
Ocon?
Yeah.
Ocon Brazil 2018? That strikes something, doesn't it?
Oh, you think of something. Yeah.
Does he close the door? Does? Yeah, maybe.
He also went for gaps. That.
Yeah, this is. Two drivers that go for a same gap, not good. Two
But
into
this is a
one.
question where I can earn points on you guys if I got it correct.
But you're not gonna get it correct.
Ah.
Okay. First to reach Q3, Bottas or Guan Yu Zhou. Bottas. And now surprise. Bottas!
Oh,
look at that.
0% for Zhou. I don't think we need to discuss much here.
Normally I would say Rossi's the audience, but no, there is no audience.
Yeah.
And by the way, do you like the audience icon? It's just plenty of drunk people.
Oh, nice.
Okay, and now retirements and penalties with the GP style points. Driver completing fewest racing laps. Mazepin, Perez, Mazepin, Verstappen,
Ooh.
Mazepin. So who should explain
Hold
first here?
I
Yourself,
mean, I want to know
think.
why Verstappen. Come on.
Yeah.
Firstly, I don't think Red Bull is gonna have plenty of reliability because Honda need to push to catch up to Mercedes because that clearly is a rocket from Silverstone onwards. And I think Verstappen might tangle a few times. Yeah. And Rossi said Olaf, wrong. What's right?
Nah,
Rossi?
I'm agreeing with the red in the pie chart.
So Zhou.
Yeah, personally, I think Guan Yu Zhou, he's gonna have a first season like Mazepin did. I think.
Okay. And
You
Perez?
really think Mazepin's going to improve?
Mazepin will be close. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, Zhou will be worse off. I think. If Zhou gets past turn 1, then he's already an improvement.
Yeah, in race 1.
Okay, and Perez?
Yeah, Perez, I think the same story as what you said, but then I think that because Red Bull got stressed out, they're gonna put all the development into Max's car, and reliability-wise, the car of Perez will be so atrocious that he will have so many mechanical retirements you can't count.
Okay, fair enough. Driver to drive the most consecutive race laps before a mechanical failure. Perez, Schumacher, Hamilton, and Hamilton. So, Schumacher.
Yes, I think the house will still be slow, but at least somewhat of a tank. But yeah, it says mechanical failures, of course. I think they have. At one point they will have very good, and yeah, the reason why I don't say Mazepin is I think that with his driving style he can like cause a mechanical failure maybe, but I have good hopes that Schumacher will show a very consistent driving and will hopefully also have a little bit of luck because you need that for this one.
Okay, and Reaper, in the last questions, we pointed out that Red Bull is going to be terrible in terms of reliability, and you now say it's going to be the completely opposite thing. Explain, elaborate.
I'm kind of going to go with, like Boomer said in the last one, they're going to mainly push their good stuff onto Max to obviously, he's won a championship. They want to keep him and not lose him and stuff like that. So Perez is going to suffer. So yeah, I mean, Haas and Williams aren't going to do that well. Alfa Romeo, forget it. So yeah, they're the next ones to drive the most consecutive laps before Perez's engine goes bang.
Okay, so you think the Mercedes engine is gonna go pop before Perez's engine goes pop? No
I
statement.
think it'll be Ocon personally.
Oh yeah, Alpine is also pushing for performance, so that might be.
They're experimenting, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's one of.
And
If it works, then fair play.
I've seen a video of the Alpine shakedown today. The engine sounds really weird. So
It already did, right?
no, it was like electric, yeah. But now it's like imagine you're driving a Nissan R92 and you're stuck in second gear, idling.
Highly specific.
Yes.
It's not the engine itself though. It's just they've done some weird thing with the turbo.
Okay, driver with most retirements in lap 1. Mazepin, Ocon, Mazepin, Zhou, Mazepin. So, as Boom and myself are not in line with the other people, let's explain. Do you want to start, Boomer?
Oh yeah. I just think that the last year it was very peaceful within Alpine, and now when there is a better car coming, Alonso will extract slightly more out of it in his second year back. And I think that will go to frustrate Ocon a little bit. You will see him back in his quali position, like I mentioned before, and then he wants to make up those positions in lap 1. Yeah, I don't think that's going to end well.
You feel like it's going to be another Ocon Perez situation?
No, not particularly with his teammate, but he will be very eager to gain the positions he is behind Alonso back in the first lap already.
Okay, and I've been following F2 for the past 3-4 years, and Zhou qualifies good. but then after turn 2, he's down in 17th, and that ruined his campaign quite a lot of times. And I don't think he's involved in a lot of incidents on lap 1. I don't know if it's just unlucky or if he is just overly aggressive. But yeah, that's why I put him there. Yeah. Okay. Team with most double DNFs, and now Williams, Red Bull, Haas, AlphaTauri, and Haas. Red Bull and we have 2 Honda powered cars, Red Bull and AlphaTauri. Again, Bouma and myself. AlphaTauri, I said I think they're gonna have a really bad car. Only thing why I put them there, Bouma.
Yeah, I think I want to change to AlphaTauri, but I already did this now because, yeah, it's likely with new cars that there will be more DNF than previous years. But I also said that I expect Verstappen to at least do half decent. So it's not really a logic answer now, but yeah, let's see what we get out of it. I think AlphaTauri is now a better call.
Okay. Does anyone else want to add something to this?
Yeah, I think maybe I should have gone for Haas rather than Williams, but going from the transition into the new design cars and everything else at the beginning, Williams were really, really bad. So I have a funny feeling that is going to plague them into this as well.
Okay. So now on to the true and false questions. 2 points when correct. I summed it up all here. All team score points. 51% say it's gonna be false. I also think it's gonna be false. One team is gonna get the regulations totally wrong. What do you think, guys?
Haas will never score a point.
Neither will Williams.
Then we have Russell outscores Perez points wise. True, 76%, 23.1 say false. I think this is pretty realistic.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
so
Then we have current or future Formula 2 champion gets a seat. 69 says it's going to be true. I think it's going to be false. There's a limited amount of space in F1, and if anyone's gonna get it, it's gonna be Piastri, and he.
Was there not?
yeah, but Piastri is like the current.
Yeah.
So
Oh, well, but I also don't
I
think.
was like
I also don't
current.
think Ocon or Alonso are gonna retire or go into.
That opens the door.
No.
But yeah, current or future, that's gotta be Piastri or Poucher. So yeah, I would have done it.
Then we have Ferrari will win 10 races or more. 87% says false.
Absolutely not.
It's a lot though.
I don't remember that being a question.
I don't think they're gonna win 10 races or more.
They'll win.
It's like Mercedes dominant.
Yeah. Then less than 15 points split top 3 in the summer break. 69.2% say it's gonna be false. 30% says it's gonna be true. I don't think it's gonna be a close year to this one.
I hope this is true. Just hope.
Okay, then Hamilton doesn't win a single race. 100% say it's gonna be false. I agree.
I mean, if he doesn't win a race, I'll be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100% say this, and I agree. Yeah, no kidding.
Well, Hamilton, if Mercedes messed the year up, he could, I think, in after Spa or after what's the last race before the summer break? Hungary. He could just say, "Yeah, I want to go there," and they would accept him because it's Hamilton.
Yes, I'm gonna go there.
Before the top 2 cars is McLaren and Ferrari, and Red Bull and Mercedes are midfield teams.
Yeah. Then we have Vettel will retire at the end of the season. 33.3 or 1/3 say it's going to be true. I'm surprised by that high number. I don't think he's going to retire. I mean, he could. He said he's not going to drive in the midfield forever, but I think he's going to give it a go until 2023 at least.
I see
No.
Vettel as a family man though, so
Yeah, this will be his
I can
final
see
year. But he's in a mid-table team. He doesn't want to stay there, and no top team wants him anymore.
Now we have Mazepin will at least score 10 points. 93% say it's going to be false. And I think that's good. That's good for Formula One. And that's good
I mean,
for the predictions.
I'm still trying to understand how 6.5% people say yes.
there's at
Wait,
least
I-
3 people.
I got a solution for this. You know, as all the helpers and admins here, we need to drug test all the drivers, and that will solve that problem.
This can be alcohol influenced. I
I
don't
was gonna say
want
we
to cut myself out.
We should also ban alcohol as well.
Ho ho
Oh,
ho.
then Bouma would cry.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Then Stroll will reach Q3 at least 5 times.
Yeah.
66% say it's true. 2/3.
6 or 7 times maybe, but anything above that, no.
Yeah. Realistic.
If it's 5 wet qualies, yeah.
Surely done.
And then will cause at least 6 slow stops. Also 2/3 say it's going to be true. I also think people are going to try and experiment and then mess it up. And yeah.
Yeah. Maybe
Sounds
it's
I
even a
don't
low
think it'll
number.
make much of a difference, to be honest.
A slow stop has been made. Is very quickly made. A slow stop. 3.3. Slow stop.
No,
Well, then
we specified it above 6 seconds. 5 seconds.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Now 5 race pick. The first question was name 5 races where you get all points of Bottas. Reaper says Hungary, Russia, Singapore, Mexico, and Abu Dhabi. Bouma says
why
yeah,
did I pick Mexico?
I don't know. Baku, Austria, Hungary, Russia, Mexico. Matt says Australia, Canada, Russia, USA, and Mexico. I say Baku, Canada, Russia, Japan, and USA. And the drivers say Monaco, Baku, Austria, Italy, and Russia. Why Mexico, Matt, Bouma, Reaper?
I don't remember picking it, but hey, it's there.
No, I don't remember either.
Oh god.
I double checked.
Do this.
I double checked.
Uh.
I don't
I'm not-
doubt it, but
Yeah.
Mexico's a good shout, in my opinion.
He
I
was
think
stuck
it could
behind
happen.
Ricciardo for 50 laps.
Yeah, no,
In a
but
good car.
Ferrari, the Ferrari engine's going to be pretty good this year, I think.
I don't reckon
Maybe they will
so.
do good on altitude.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's my reason.
The other ones are pretty standard, I would say. Strong Bottas tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Russia.
I'm surprised no one thought of Japan. He's quick
You
in
did.
Japan.
I have still my doubts that Japan will go on.
Yeah,
next year.
if it happens,
Mhm.
yeah, of course, if it happens. Well, from Monday, I believe, in the UK, no, if you're positive, you don't have to self-isolate, so I think
Just England.
Yeah,
and-
but Japan is a different country.
Scotland as well, from 21st of March, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take 5 races where you get 2 points for every driver on the leading lap. Matt firstly misunderstood this question, but then I think got it right. We have Bahrain, Imola, Azerbaijan, Canada, and Silverstone for Reaper. Imola, Miami, France, Russia, Netherlands. So for Bouma. Bouma, you like blue and red and white.
Yes.
That's quite obvious. Matt with Bahrain, Imola, France, Belgium, Singapore. Myself with Saudi, Baku, Silverstone, Belgium, and Singapore. And look at this now. Saudi, Baku, Silverstone,
Rigged.
Belgium, and Singapore.
That's rigged.
It's not. I swear, I
There
can
is
show you.
No way every car is finishing Saudi Arabia.
No.
See, now you misunderstood it like I did.
No, it's every car on the leading lap. It's gonna be a safety car. 13 drivers finishing on the leading lap. That's 26 points. It's
Yeah,
better
it's like a
than
trade-off you do. It's a trade-off.
yeah.
Lots of retirements can cost safety cars, but then people are on the same lap because of many safety cars, but people retire. So
Monaco's your best bet.
I was just
I'm gonna talk
like-
about Monaco in the next question, of course.
Oh. I was influenced, I think, by indeed a lot of safety cars, but not people really DNFing. And I think these 5 can happen.
Yeah, I think maybe I went wrong with Canada.
Yeah, France maybe a little bit odd.
Hey, if we get a repeat of Spa from last season, that's 40 points.
Yeah.
3 points. And the last question was pick 5 races with the most DNFs, 1 point for each. Reaper, Bahrain, Saudi, Miami, Baku, and Belgium. Bouma, Saudi, Baku, Montreal, Singapore, Mexico. Matt, Saudi, Monaco, Baku, Belgium, Singapore. Myself, Saudi, Monaco, Baku, Singapore, Brazil. And the audience, Singapore, Saudi, Miami, Monaco, Baku, and Singapore. Monaco, it's not often that we see crashes anymore, but I think with these new cars, and ground effect and the ground not being even in Monaco, might be fun.
Yeah.
Actually, didn't take that into account.
No. But yeah, I got enough other street courses.
Yeah, I got them all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Matt, what do you expect of Belgium? Do you expect another washout or?
What was it, 98 to start?
Ooh.
Oh
I
wow.
remember that.
I'm surprised none of you put Hungary after last year.
The Hungary now.
Well, I mean,
think that's
Bottas
an
won't be
incident.
near the front, so there's not going to be any torpedoes.
More safe, yes, exactly.
But
What do you mean? He's further back, more cars to hit.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
okay, good
bowling only goes up to 9th. Yeah.
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 But I think we went wrong with this question. We all picked the street circuits instead of power tracks where people are going to blow engines.
Yeah, that's what I did with Mexico though, but that's only one.
But we all have Saudi and Baku.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And 4 of us have Singapore.
And
So I think...
Reaper, do you think like just because it's the first race that Bahrain will be won?
Yes.
He's like, I didn't think of that, but good call.
I totally thought of that.
Australia, I'll be uninterested once since some of the corners have been changed there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, Kota with all the bumps could also be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, that was it. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys for filling this out. All 39 of the drivers out of our active 120, so 1/3.
Nice.
I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you had a nice laugh when you see that Williams is dominating, because this is going to come out after testing starts. And then you can laugh at us and write us DMs that we are stupid.
No, not DMs. They can do it in general, just not DMs.
Yeah, I work too much. I don't want to be having my phone blown up.
I have a proposal. Everyone writes a DM to Trucker with a hashtag #LeBottle for Thursday's race. Come on Thursday.
I like this proposal.
For Thursday's race, okay.
Yeah, follow Tier 3, follow Tier 1. They are going to be 1 hour earlier and later, or half an hour later for Tier 1.
Yeah, so Tier 3 at 7:30, Tier 1 at 8:30.
Yeah. And yeah, thank you for joining. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, follow us on Twitter, join the Discord server, and we will see you once again. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Perfect.